so we're going to go over how to import a CSV into GoCRM. The first thing you want to do is you want to head to your settings page. So I'm going to go ahead and click settings. Then on the left-hand menu, you will see the importer option. Here we're going to go ahead and select the file. Make your file is a CSV, that the first row is a header. So it should look something like this, where the first row should say what it is, right? First name, last name, company name, etc. So this is just an example file. Now you have the file column and the fallback value. What this means is if you don't have the value here that you want, like for example on status, if you don't have a status field, you can use a fallback value for that case. So here we're talking about status, right? So it's asking us, what status is this person? Now, since I don't have a column with the statuses on my list, I'm going to go ahead and use the fallback value, which are all the values I've set up on my contact statuses tab. So on contact statuses, you'll see I have lead, qualified lead, customer, past customer, and so on, right? So that's the status of the lead. In this case, I'm going to be uploading all these as qualified leads. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now, owner's email means which user is this going to be assigned to. Now, I can leave it empty and it's not going to be assigned to anybody, or I can select, hey, all these leads are going to go to me. So I'm going to go ahead and select me. Next, it's going to ask me if I want full name. Now here I have first name and last name. So I'm going to skip this column. I'm going to go to first name. And here it's going to show you a preview of what this column looks like. Same thing, last name, email, right? Now, as you'll notice, it's going to be graying out the columns you've already used. Now I have two numbers. So phone 1, I'm going to use that for my work phone. Phone 2, I'm going to use that for my mobile phone. Okay. Next, I'm going to select company name. Now, if you have a full address, meaning everything is in one field, the city, the street, the zip code, etc., you can use full address. If it's all broken down, you can use you can skip that and use the next values, right? City, zip code. Oops, I put a state and then city. Now here on the left hand side, as I mentioned, you can verify what everything is looking like. So everything looking good. Now it's asking me for attribution source. Clearly I don't have a field for that. Now what that means is what do they use to enter your database, right? You can leave it empty, or if you want to be specific, hey, these are people from form submissions, or they called or sent a text message, or I'm just going to select manual entry. Now, attribution channel means where they came from, and all these channels are set on your marketing tab. So if I were to go to marketing, you will see channels are all my sources, right? So if I were to say, word of mouth, I can add that as a channel and then select it here as, hey, well, they were all word of mouth, or hey, they all came from a trade show, a specific trade show. I can create a channel for that as well. And campaigns, same thing, right? You can select which campaign. Okay, well, they're for my office, my Facebook lead, right? So I'm going to go ahead and select Facebook, and these are Facebook lead ads, right? So I'm using these fallback values to put the value here directly. Right here under country, since that's empty, I can actually just type in United States, since I know all these are United States leads, right? Or you can leave it empty if you don't need to. I have additional fields that I don't actually have columns for in my CSV, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave those empty. Okay. Once I've mapped everything however I want it, I can go ahead and click next. It's going to give you a little preview of how things are going to be mapped. Last name, it's going to show the last name column. Status, it's automatically going to put qualified lead for everything. Email address, going to use the email column, and so on, right? So it'll give you all the columns. It's also going to ask you if an existing duplicate contact is found, what would you like to do? So this means if somebody has the same email or phone number, do you want to skip the contact and not touch it? Do you want to keep its existing fields? And what that will do is it'll keep the existing fields, whatever's already filled in, and actually add any additional data, but not replace it. So if the name is, if you have, for example, a phone number filled in, and you have a different one here, it will not change the phone number, right? It's going to keep whatever is existing. But if you had a blank field, like country was blank on the contact, but here you have United States, it will add that, right? Now replace duplicate fields, same thing. Let's say on the contact you currently have in your database, you have a different last name than what you have here. So what it will do, it'll replace the field, right? Or you have a different phone number. Now, these duplicate contacts are found by matching phone numbers or matching email addresses. So it's going to look your database, say, hey, which ones have the same email or which ones have the phone number, right? And this is the rules of how to engage with that. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start Importing. Now you will see a little animation importing. You'll see how many contacts created, how many updated, and so on. So I have 100 contacts. I have 99 rows here. And so you're just going to want to wait a little bit. Now it's done. So what happened was 49 new contacts were created and 50 were updated. These 50 were already on my database. So what it did is, if I was missing some of those fields, it actually added them. And these 49, they were brand new. They weren't currently on my database. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to my marketing list here. You'll see all these new leads that were added with qualified status, Facebook paid, the phone numbers, the address, and so on. So you'll see all that information filled in properly. And there you had it. It'll show here you imported Danica Bruschke from 100 Contact CSV. So you'll have a full record on that end. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.